I don't know, that music was ripping though.
The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. That's 1-800-LOVE-191.
And now, here's Loveline with your hosts Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Christy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was smooth, Drew. You're 26.
You're the one operating the board.
No, I banged my mouth in it on mic.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, about 7 months ago, my boyfriend, well, my ex-boyfriend, he got caught flashing. And I took him back after he promised me he wouldn't do it again.
He got caught by the police?
Yeah, well, it was a big stakeout, and he was flashing our newspaper lady.
That's nice.
And he's got some...
Wait a minute, how old is your newspaper lady? Because it's going to get better.
She's like in her 40s.
Mm-hmm. And she drives like a beat-up Impala wagon?
No, it's a van.
Uh-huh. And he waits for her about 5:30 in the morning?
Yeah, he would hide behind a tree while I was in bed, and he would jump out at this lady and just stand there.
Where are you calling from, Christy?
I'm calling from Hamilton, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little cold there this time of year.
I'm sorry?
It's cold this time of
Yeah, it
year?
is. Well, when this happened, it was in July.
Oh, okay.
But, he's got some serious problems with his background.
The cops staked out.
Yeah, they put a lady cop in the van with the newspaper lady, and when he jumped out, they chased him into our apartment.
What is his serious history? You said he's got some serious problems based on his history?
Yeah, when he was a child, his mother was a prostitute, and she was raped.
All right, okay. All right.
So what is your question?
Well, I'm having a hard time getting over this. You know, in ways I want him back because we spent so much time together, but I know
Is he in jail now?
Is sick.
Is he in jail?
Yeah, he got caught again.
Did he have any other...
She's remembering the good times when he had his pants on?
Did he have any other peculiarities?
I'm sorry?
Anything else peculiar about him?
When we had sex, he would always like to do it, like, in front of our patio window, and I found that kind of disturbing.
So all this exhibitionism all the way.
But I took him out of a bad situation about 3 years ago. He just got out of a marriage, and...
Why do you have to be with somebody that you need to fix and take out of a bad situation? Why can't you be with somebody who's already ready and available to be in a good situation?
Yeah, well, you need a boyfriend with that new car smell.
Why is that,
Not one that needs a lot of work.
Were you busy taking care of your parents growing up? Was an alcoholic or something?
No, I had a normal childhood.
No.
My parents got divorced when I was 7.
Something happened.
And by the way, it's just amazing to hear. I had no childhood. My parents were divorced when they were 7, like everybody else.
Well, it's true these days, Drew.
I understand that, but that already suspect there was something wrong in the marriage, and maybe things weren't so good.
Well, my dad had an affair, and a child came out of that affair, and
With the paper lady?
no.
I was thinking if I could piece this together. Christy,
Yes.
the guy has problems.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if we could all take... Here's the deal. Here's what I've stumbled onto in the 2 years and some months I've been doing this show. It's real good to lend a helping hand to those who need help and those who have problems, and it's nice to counsel people and stuff like that, but you can't sleep with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here's the thing about our society. We don't give a rat's ass about people in general, but we are willing to start a relationship with them and then try to fix them, but we won't try to fix them if we're not having a relationship. I know maybe there's nothing at stake, but I mean, go ahead and fix all the people you want, just don't settle down with them and start a family.
Well, before all this even happened, before we moved in together, we had a past before that, too. I met him when he was married, and we had an affair, and I had a baby.
Oh.
But it miscarried because
Oh,
me when
that
I
was
pregnant.
God. That was God taking it from your uterus.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but that was
And
brilliant.
if you want to know how he's going to behave in the future in your relationship, just look back a little bit. It'll happen again, I'm afraid.
Well,
it's going to be very difficult for him, Christy, to maintain a stable, intimate relationship. He is going to sabotage unless he gets involved in some very intensive treatment. There's an article published just this week, or I guess maybe last week now, in the New England Journal of Medicine about treating guys like this. And they were actually suggesting we give some blocking hormones to shut the pituitary off, so it shuts their testes off, so they aren't so impulsed.
We really need a blocking jockstrap.
And blocking antidepressant medicine, which tends to also block impulsive activity, and psychotherapy for a long period of time. Very difficult problems to treat.
Christy, forget about this guy. He's trouble. He's going to be more trouble. And the last thing you need is this guy being a father to any of your kids. All right, what's going on the show tonight? Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Tiffany Mynx will be our guest tonight. Tiffany's a veteran. Thank you, Carrot Top, or as I like to call him, the Top.
I thought it was Carrot.
I mean, Carrot. No, I call him the Top.
Carrot.
I mean, Karen, would you shut Drew's mic off, please? Thank you. 6 years in the adult entertainment video industry. As a matter of fact, she just, I saw her earlier tonight. She was dressed to the nines, and she was toting some sort of award. I think the Fans of X-Rated Entertainment Award. Apparently, starlet of something. All right, I'm screwing that all up. But the point is she's so good, she got an award. Have we got any awards from doing this show?
No.
All right, turn Drew's mic back on. How many years have you been doing this show?
15.
Ever got an award?
I'm getting one on Thursday. From Planned Parenthood, remember?
Jesus Christ. Drew got a 20 questions in Playboy. He's got there's an article in last week's TV Guide about Drew. There was something going on in the Long Beach Sentinel about Drew. There was some photographer taking pictures of us on the set. I said, where's this guy from? Someone said, don't worry about it. He's doing an article on Drew. Drew.
I'm sorry. I know that it puts a strain on our relationship.
The new Jenny McCarthy has arisen. And I am becoming the Chris Hardwick of MTV.
You know what? You're going to be really bummed because I got a call from Space Ghost on Friday. Who wants Drew?
Whoa, what the effort? You know what? Let me explain what's going on here. This is classic compensation.
You insist he come with me. It needs to be the both of us.
They wanted a doctor.
Okay.
All right, let me explain what's going on to all our listeners and Drew's sudden found fame and me being neglected and sucking hind tit. This is compensation. You know what? Let me give you an example. Let's say it's like when there's two girls, and one of them is really, really hot looking, and the other one is just sort of okay looking. Not ugly. No big goiters or, lumps sprouting hair or anything.
It has that take home to mom
But she's okay.
Yeah.
She seems
Won't upset
nice.
the parents.
Would you shut up and let me finish my example? Just listen. They go out to a party. Now, guys, they first spot the really hot-looking chick, and they think, I'm going to go talk to her, and then they think, nah, I bet they got a bunch of guys. She's got a bunch of guys bothering her, and everyone will think I'm an idiot if I go over there and talk to her, and it's going to make them. I'm going to make myself seem more dignified and go talk to plain Jane.
Right.
She'll probably put out, and I won't get so much crap from everybody when I go talk to her.
Right.
I swear to God, that's what's got to be going on
I'm
here.
Sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Because I'm clearly more entertaining.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Thank God we've settled that. Anyway.
Ghost here.
Okay.
Is he going to come on our show?
Yeah.
Do I have to go somewhere to do that?
Yes.
Where?
Right here.
Okay.
Hollywood.
Hades.
You're fine.
Anyway, it's a good show. Tiffany Mynx is, she's this porn star, and her whole deal is she has natural breasts, 34Cs, and she wants to know whether they should go up or down. Actually, just up. She wants to know whether to get a breast job, and she's put out this whole questionnaire. And anyway, she's going to come in and talk to us about it in about 10 minutes.
If you talk to a plastic surgeon, most women are electing to go to C, either up or down.
Yeah.
That's sort of what most women want.
Yeah. You full C, Tiffany? Yeah. May I look at your breasts? Can Mike see your breasts, by the way? Mike gets mad. Yeah. Yeah, that's... All right. The bra's coming off now. Yeah, it's hard to tell with the glare. Oh, it's easier when you push them up against the glass. Oh, I'll tell you, it does cut down on glare. Drew, your neck okay? You look like you may have pulled something there. Thank you, Tiffany. Well, I think they're fine just the way they are, but it'll be interesting to find out what the listeners and what the what kind of input she got back on those breasts. All right, Drew, what'd you do on Valentine?
We went out to a nice dinner and spent the night away from the kids.
Great.
Yeah.
I spent the night away from your kids for a change, too.
Yes, thank you.
And I and my lovely girlfriend, Lynette, went out to Ivy by the sea. By the shore? I don't know. Here's what my girlfriend does, and here's what all girlfriends do, and she did a perfect job. She said to herself, I said, make reservations at some nice restaurant, we'll go there. So she thought, well, what could be the furthest, most expensive restaurant, and we'll go there.
This one in Laguna?
No, this is the one in Santa Monica.
Okay, right.
And anyway, we didn't finish the TV show until 9 o'clock last night. We did 4 of them, and I was dead on my feet.
Well, it was number 11 in 3 days.
Got in there at 9:30 at night, which is exactly what our reservation was set for, and they promptly told us we'll have to wait for 20 minutes.
Oh.
Which I think is... I don't like that.
Yeah.
And let me explain to any restaurateurs who may be listening to the show the concept of the reservation. You call in some weeks in advance, as my girlfriend did. You make a specific time so that when you show up at that time, you don't have to wait. You see? That's the concept behind the reservation. So they send you to the bar. Well, you'd like to go to the bar and have yourself a drink. Now, $7.95 for a glass of Chardonnay over at the bar, by the way. And I believe when a restaurant tells you to wait 20 minutes after your reservation time, they ought to go ahead and send over a glass of wine complimentary.
Yeah.
But anyway, this place is just so damn expensive. It's just expensive for the sake of being expensive, and I can't understand that. And I'll never go to any of these places again because there's no difference between a $30 meal and a $100 meal. I guarantee you that. Shut your cake hole, Drew.
Wow, it really sounded romantic.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Did you complain the whole time, too, about this?
I was pissed off immediately.
Jesus.
Immediately.
Now, let me assure you, this guy
Here's
was
their policy. Hey, how about we rape you at the bar for about a half hour before we sit you down?
Adam and I fought for 4 consecutive shows yesterday. I mean, fought.
About what?
Oh, anything. What you're seeing tonight is a little bit of carryover from yesterday.
And $5.95 for an Amstel Light. Where are they going? I mean, is it any colder? Is it any better? Is it any taller?
Valentine's, and if she wanted to go there,
right? I was fine. I paid. No, I paid. I didn't complain. I just I can't understand why places that are expensive just have to be expensive in all aspects. For instance, an Amstel Light for $5.95. It's $5.95 a 6-pack, maybe. That's at a 7-Eleven. I go down to Trader Joe's, get it for $3.95 a 6er. Why does that specific item have to be that much more? Where are you going, to Holland or wherever the hell it is to get the beer? Why do you have to be screwed in all realms?
I understand.
I understand. I don't understand that concept.
Remember that one time we had that... Wait, let me tell you.
Right.
Remember that one time we had that dinner in that Bistro Garden back room? We looked around. You and I looked around and went, oh, my God, how does anybody afford to build these places?
Right.
There's your Amstel Light.
Yeah, but this place wasn't even that nice. And you know, it's funny, too, when you check the beer list, it's like, well, it's $5.95 for the Amstel Light, but it's $4.95 for the Bud Light, like they thought about it. It's good. Oh, I see. And the Guinness would be $6.25. Aha. Oh, so there's a whole logic here? Why don't they just write rape on the goddamn menu? That's what they ought to do. Oh, it's ridiculous. 20-minute wait.
Let's go to call.
That's it. I'm not going to any more of these foo-foo places. I'm convinced that if they were in any other place but California, they would be burnt to the ground immediately by irate townspeople. There's no way any of these things would work in any other city in this country of ours. Only in L.A. Are you stupid enough to wait in line to pay $5.95 for a light beer? Man, I hate this town. Meredith.
Yes.
You're 23.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Well, first of all, I have to welcome you to my restaurant in Chicago anytime you come in. Our beers are well under the $5 marker rate.
Well, you got to understand, if you don't charge $5.95 a beer, you're going to eat crap because once you slide under the 750% markup range, you really start eating it, don't you, Drew?
Hey, you and I are going to Chicago in a couple weeks.
You get down around 400%. That's it. You're going under. Oh, we are?
Yeah.
What restaurant?
But see, our beer that's under $5 is like Schlitz and Milwaukee's Best, so...
That's fine.
You don't get the imports like Amstel Light.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So calculated.
Another Jenny Jones thing.
What's going on there, Meredith?
Okay. Well, I will kind of tell you that I'm in love with this man. He's 37 years of age. I'm 23. I just turned 23. It's hard for me to remember exactly how old I am. And I don't know what to do about it because, A, the important integral information that you need to know is that he's married. And he just had a little one.
How long has he been married?
What?
How long has he been married?
Actually, now he's been married for, it'll be 3 years, I think, in the summer. When I first met him, which was last...
All right, hold on. Meredith.
Pull over.
You calling from a plane?
No, I'm calling from a really crappy cell phone.
All right, listen, you got to get on a better phone.
Really? Wait, hold on. Can you hear me better now?
Yes. Yeah, just pull over. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And where was I? What was I telling you?
How did you meet him?
I told you I worked in a restaurant. Well, he is actually like the manager or the general manager at the hotel right next door. And he does business with my manager, and so he comes in frequently.
All right, what's your question for us? We don't like this guy.
All I know, but I do.
I know, but we don't. So go ahead. What's your question?
I just need to know. I told him off in October. I said, "Go away. This is ridiculous." Because I was having a relationship with him. I knew it was bad. I mean, everybody knows how bad it is. And now he came in like 3 weeks ago. I saw him. We chatted for a few minutes. That was it. I did very well. I didn't flirt. I didn't do anything. And then he called. The next day, I came in for a half hour to my workplace just to see if I could pick up a shift for somebody. And he called there, and he got me on the phone off guard because I totally turned off my phone. He used to call me on my cell phone all the time.
Yeah, all right.
And?
He used to call me all the time. Well,
Does his wife know anything about this?
well, the first time, the few times when I would hang out with him in the summer, one time she came up, she caught us behind the restaurant. We were just chatting at that point, but she came out of her car and she was yelling and screaming and everything, and I left that scene, and then I said, okay, this is it, but I can't seem to get away from him. I keep telling myself, okay, if he really likes me, he'll pursue me, or he's the one who's going to be the one who...
No, listen, he's married and has a toddler.
That's it.
He's a newlywed, practically.
You need to be the one that sets the limit. If you want to know how your relationship would end with him, look at what he's doing to his wife. I mean, I'm sure you tell yourself that she's a terrible person and that you would make things right, but it doesn't tend to be the way things go. You need to find a guy that actually is available for you. I don't know if this was just a slip and a mistake for you and now you're going to get yourself out, or if you need to pursue emotionally unavailable men. If that's the case, cut it out. Or get a lot of help with it.
I think a lot of women are into guys that are unavailable.
Yeah, I understand that. But the fact is that this isn't working. He obviously has found a way to be gratified by it and get away with it, and he's going to continue doing this as long as he can. He's never going to leave his wife. He's got a kid now. You have to set the limit, be away from him, and establish a life elsewhere, a relationship elsewhere.
And get a new cell phone. Carrie.
Yes.
You're 22.
Yeah. I'm pregnant right now. I was due about 5 days ago, and I had sex with 2 different guys in the same month. And the first guy, it was on my period, and my husband, it was 2 weeks later. And there is a slight possibility that it might be this other guy.
I agree, a slight possibility, but much more. The timing is much better for your husband.
Huh?
The timing is much more likely to be your husband.
Yeah, I figured because this is my 3rd pregnancy. And
you have 2 other kids?
Huh?
You have 2 other kids?
I have one. I had a miscarriage.
You have one other child with your husband?
We've only been married for a month and a half.
A month and a half, and you're 2 weeks into it, she's having sex with somebody else.
You hearing her voice, too, by the way?
Yeah.
No.
Sounds like Buffy from Family Affair. Hey, Carrie. You're having sex with a guy during your period, and he's going without the condom.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, puts you at increased risk of sexually of more complications from sexually transmitted
Tiffany,
diseases.
the porn star's got to puss on over that one.
Well, me and my husband weren't together at that time.
2 weeks into your marriage?
No, we just got married in November. We got back together in May, and this is when this happened.
When you were apart?
Yes.
How pregnant are you?
I was due 5 days ago.
Oh, my.
All right. Who was the guy you were getting it on with?
There's this one guy I met. I haven't talked to him.
Oh, the one guy?
Yeah.
What's your question exactly?
Well, I was curious if I should let this other person know.
No. Carrie, look, you should work on creating some stability for these 2 children you already have. What?
It was just more of a moral dilemma for me.
Listen, Miss Moral Dilemma, stop having kids.
And stop having sex with other people than your husband if you can possibly help.
Moral Dilemma. Please.
Well, I just didn't know if this other person, because I kind of feel he has a right to know if he has a child.
Okay, it's not going to be. Let us dispel your conscience. It's not going to be his kid.
You get pregnant while you're on your period.
Yeah, you can, but you probably didn't.
By the way, a quick Loveline factoid or FYI for all the Loveline listeners. When you're going to go ahead and cheat on a husband or wife, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, feel free to put on a condom. It's really the least you could do when you're cheating. I mean, it really stops the trail.
Well, yeah, and the potential gifts you might bring home.
Well, for one, I wasn't cheating. We weren't together yet. We just got back together.
Look.
All right, but you women that take a 3-week hiatus from your marriage and go out and bang some guy you work with, that's cheating. Believe me.
No, we were apart for over a year.
All right, Carrie, look, it's all right. Don't, look, you're not, by telling your husband you won't do anything but relieve your own guilt and destabilize your relationship with your husband and make things worse for your kids.
Well, he knows.
All right, then great.
He's fully, he wants to take the responsibility.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Go find this guy, go tell him, and have another sexual encounter with him while you're there, and then you can start the confusion again in 9 months.
If you can't rest at ease with letting it be, then have a paternity testing done, have the kid typed when the child comes out to make sure it's your husband, and if it is your husband, you can just let it lie. All right?
Okay.
If he knows everything already, why not clarify it right at the front? And I hope, even if it isn't his child, he will assume it is the father relationship as though it were his own.
Sure, you get confused sometimes with the situations here.
I know.
We got too many people having too much sex.
No, I really need like one of those little, like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Hey, Carrie, does this guy look...
I didn't want to get, I didn't want to put out that I was like this slut. It was just...
No, we got you, Carrie. We're not nobody's judging you. Don't worry.
But it's just, this other guy, if I were... I think if I were a guy, I'd want to know if I had a child.
Carrie, Carrie, did you hear anything I just... Man, will you please tell her what I just said so make sure she hears it? Because when I'm in that mode right now where I say stuff, our listeners just do or hear the opposite.
It's like we both work for the mafia, but you're an accountant, and I'm like one of the henchmen.
Right.
I got to come in with the brass knuckles and start busting people up.
That or there's like I can't quite speak the language.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You're not pregnant by this guy because you're on your period. But if you really need to know, because there is that 1% chance that you may be, that 1%, and that's out of by the way, Carrie, that's out of 100%, not 1% out of like 5 or 10%, like a lot of our listeners think. It's out of a whole 100. If you think that maybe you are pregnant, even though you're not, you can go ahead and get a test done that does not involve this guy. They can just check the DNA of the kid and see if it matches your paternal or your husband's. And if it doesn't, then you can go ahead and contact the guy.
All right?
You understand?
Yeah.
All right, Carrie.
Okay.
Be good to your kids now.
Oh, of course. My son's perfect.
No more of them, okay?
Well, that might not happen.
Why? You got a job?
Yeah.
All right.
What do you do?
Huh? I'm a customer service rep.
Okay.
Like 2 kids.
I'm on maternity leave now.
All right, 2 kids are plenty.
That's enough, kids. That's enough. Okay?
Well,
all right.
Enough. I raised more than 2 kids. How can you? I can't.
Hitler didn't have kids, did he?
Your point?
Even he had the good sense.
Oh, I see.
Jesus Christ! I wish he had a couple. I mean, more so than half our listeners. I really do. Oh, Drew. All right, let's just put more money in the tax system. We're all doomed. Hey. That was a tough break, but I'll tell you, it's all going to get better now because Tiffany Mynx will be in here. She's a porn star. She gave me a couple of movies. They went directly into my car. Drew, you didn't see them? All right. So we'll find out what's up with her breasts after this.
Hi, this is Tom Arnold, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, yes, you is. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. I'm Carolla. All right, so Tiffany Mynx is here, and she just brought with her, because she just came straight away from the Fox Fan Favorite Award Ceremony, 1998. How's that go there, Tiffany?
It was good. It was good. Fox is the fans of X-rated entertainment, and it's a great award for me because fans from all over the states vote on it, so it's not something that's in industry. It's
it's like
the fans,
it's like the All-Star game. Hold on, Sherry, don't give her chocolate to eat.
I love chocolate.
Yeah, I like chocolate too, but for doing a radio show,
it's very nice.
She's cute.
Well, no, Sherry's great, but you're going to start chomping into that.
And.
All right, so I swear to God, does anyone realize we're doing a show here? It's not like it's like the All-Star balloting. It's not like the Heisman Trophy balloting where a bunch of fat old sports writers get together. These are the people speaking, and the people have spoken.
The people have spoken, and it feels great to have been one of the chosen.
And what did you? What categories are there at this award show?
They have Fox fan favorite, which is female fan favorite, and male fan favorite, and starlet. Mm-hmm. You know, performer. There's very few. I mean, there's very few awards at the Fox.
Right.
As opposed to our other award shows.
Yeah. So you won that, and you're missing the party, and you're coming here.
Yeah.
And you've been in the business for 6 years now.
Yes, 6 years this month.
Has it been good to you?
It's been great.
And, you know, I was reading on your bio, now you're getting into directing your own films.
Yeah.
How does that work? Some guy's nailing you from behind, and you're yelling cut or action? Or, I mean, how do you direct it while you're getting sex down?
You know... Well, when I'm in the scenes and I'm directing myself, of course, and, you know, I just take the scene where I go. But, you know,
There's no director on these films. Listen, you know, I've been to these things before. You either start the camera or you stop it. Director. Please.
Yeah, well, you know, I tell people what to do, you know. Complete power. I love it.
6 years. It's all been out here. Are you from this area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up in San Bernardino.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. And you ever run into anyone you went to high school with and get weird or anything like that?
No, not yet. But I'm waiting for a fan letter or something sometime from somebody saying, hey, I know you.
What about, do your parents know? Are they pissed off?
No, you know.
They know?
No. Yeah, my parents know. I actually told my mom the first day I did a movie. I went home and called my mom and told her what I did.
Oh.
And, you know, she just told me to be careful, and as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing, she's happy for me, and I'm successful.
No, she never said that.
Yes,
Are you kidding?
Did.
She called you a bitch and screamed at you for 3 hours.
She did not.
Please.
Okay, we'll call my mom right now.
We'll do a little reenactment. All right, Tiffany, go ahead. I'll be your mom. Hello?
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Tiffany Mynx. What's going on over there?
Well, you know that money I borrowed from you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to be able to pay you back next week.
That's great. What are you doing? Would you get yourself a job?
Well, actually, she said, what are you doing, porno or something?
You doing porno?
Well, as a matter of fact, Mom, I am, and I really like it.
That's fantastic. All right, don't get hurt. Make sure you don't pick up any diseases, and stay clear of that Ron Jeremy.
That was exactly what she said.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
All right. Drew, would that be your reaction? No.
Not sure.
Drew's got kids.
I'm not sure.
All right,
He's got what?
What is the deal with the boob job ballot here? You're wondering whether to get a boob job or not. How long ago did this start up?
I don't know, about a month or two ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of been something, well, you know, in this business, it's like, do I get surgery? Do I not get surgery? And ever since when I started in the business, I thought, well, this is great. I can make some good money, and I can get my chest done, maybe go on to dance, you know.
Right.
When I started, I was a mother of one, and so they had taken a little bit of a, you know,
a little bit of a
downfall, and I thought, well, you know, I want to look better. And ever since I started, between photographers and directors and fans, they said, don't touch yourself, leave yourself alone. We like you just the way you are. We love you natural. So.
Well, then why the controversy?
Because, you know, when the owner of the company that I work for had brought it to my attention, he would really like me to get my chest done, and he would pay for it.
Oh, he would?
Yes. And so I said, well, you know, my fans
Westwood
really like
One
me.
won't even get us a chair. You guys are getting, they won't even get us a folding chair. Your boss is getting you a boob job.
Yeah,
I got to get into this porn, Drew.
Well, you know, for me, it was like, well, ever since I started, the fans like me just the way I am, and they've been telling me that. They write to me and tell me, just stay the way you are. Don't do anything to your chest. There's so many fake ones out there, and we really like you for being natural. And so because of that, I've been discouraged away from doing it. And I told them, go ahead and put this poll out, and I think that the fans are going to vote for me to stay just the way I am.
Well,
I think.
when do they vote, or have they been voting?
Well, during our CES show in Vegas, they've been voting. They've been voting over the internet.
And what has been the consensus? Keep the boobs the way they are?
Well, you know, I like them to keep them just the way they are.
Yeah, but what have they been saying, the fans?
Well, a lot of them have been saying just keep them the way they are. They like me natural, and I think it's great.
All right, so you're saying the majority of them want you to stay the way you are?
I think so at this point, yes. Okay. I have not added up the ballots myself, but from what I have heard,
but you will act,
I've seen.
When the people speak, just like the people spoke for the Fox Award there, you will then listen to the people.
Yes, and I really believe that people are going to want me to
How about
stay
you
just the way I
compromise,
am.
you just get one done.
Okay.
That way everyone's happy. All right. We'll take some calls here. Erica.
Hi.
You're 22.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My situation. I've had a serious boyfriend for about the past 4 years, and about 3 weeks ago, he was acting weird, and he called me up. We live in separate, we go to separate schools, so we live in separate cities. And he called me up, and he was acting weird, and I'm like, no, you're not coming up here if, you're acting all this weird. Well, he called me up and to tell me that he's breaking up with me.
How long have you guys been apart?
How long have we, what do you mean apart?
You said you're at different schools.
Yeah, we've been at different schools for just this semester and last semester. So
All right, hold on a second. Give me that chew candy.
No, don't throw it in the trash. No.
Please.
Don't make me get it out of the
We're
trash.
the only radio show on the air where the guest goes and sits down, and then someone comes in and gives them a caramelized nut candy so they can eat it into the microphone.
I'm shocked at you, Adam.
What? Should get another one during the break. She
That was
can eat
the only
that
one of those in that box.
No, please.
You know how it is. There's only one of each in those boxes.
No, we got a whole case of those things back there. Mike's just been bogarting them, that's all.
This
Come on,
guy's
Mike.
an asshole.
Okay. See, that was mean. That was very mean.
That was mean.
I'm hurt. You took my
Was that
chocolate.
aggressive?
Yeah. It'd be interesting how that inspires that in you, but...
Well, all right. Let me. I was not throwing it away. I was not an act against you, Tiffany. It was against the man. And if you hadn't picked it up and ate it into the mic, it wouldn't have happened. All right, Erica.
Okay.
Most interesting interaction we've had in the
Sorry,
studio so
Erica.
far.
I threw away half a piece of
You
chocolate.
ripped it out of her
Erica.
mouth and tossed it in the
I
trash.
ripped
can.
it out of her hand.
That was rude.
All right, Erica.
Go on, Erica.
So look, you were apart
I'll get
basically...
you some chocolate.
You've been apart basically for a year, right?
No. We've been, on weekends, we're only 2 hours apart.
All right,
So
Erica, you've been living in different institutions for basically the last 2 semesters, 1 year, right?
About 7 months.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So Adam almost hung up on you.
Oh,
So
I
can
wish
see
you
the
had some
impulse.
chocolate in your hand, Erica. I'd rip it right out of there.
7 months.
Well, here's the thing, though. When he did this, I was, kind of really emotional, so I wasn't, ready to talk about it because I just wasn't, in the mood to deal with it. So
Right.
I just dealt with it on my own. And now it's been 3 weeks, and I'm, debating, is it even something I need to do to talk it out and get...
You need to find out what's going on.
Right. We need to talk to him, Erica.
Well, then how would I determine, if this... Because I think...
That's all right. We'll determine it.
Well, I'm to determine if this is something, maybe if the relationship was something I should fight for or not.
We'll find out.
We're going to put you on hold.
You're going to... Okay.
Sherry will, or Lisa will get your number, and we'll talk to this guy. We'll hash the whole thing out over the air.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yes, we will.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No.
Yes. We're putting you on hold. It's a surreal quality to the show tonight, Drew. I don't know what the hell that's about. Tiffany?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to go to break. I'm going to get you 2 pieces of chocolate.
Ooh, baby. Thank
yes.
you.
Yes. And Drew's going to dip his penis in chocolate, and you can...
No.
All right. Drew?
No.
Yeah.
Why don't you rethink your attitude and commitment to the show? I'm going to get a cup of coffee.
What are you talking
Please, Drew, with that outburst. Attacking your host for trying to help the show.
I see. Okay.
All right, and we'll get back with Tiffany Mynx after this.
I did LSD 50 times in 2 years.
All right, wait, Drew, the mic's hot.
Where did you
Hold on, shh. The mic's hot. Tiffany Mynx is here.
Where did you get that?
You just said it. Tiffany saw yourself. Drew, here's the situation. We got to turn on the speakers in the studio so we know when we're coming out of break like that.
I recently went to a fraternity party and got really drunk. I randomly hooked up with a guy and we had sex. I didn't even know his name the next morning.
Drew, we're on. Please. How many times? Put your headphones on, Drew.
I
You'll
wonder
hear
what
that
Mike.
we're on.
I wonder what Mike was doing in that other room. They've got one of these technical rooms. He was in there feverishly working away.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Don't worry about it,
It's
Drew.
email I read somewhere.
I have my connections. That's all I need to know.
Oh, Jim got it for you. I told you.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Tiffany Mynx is here. Tiffany's 6 years in the porn industry or the adult film industry. She just won the prestigious Fox Fan Favorite Award, which is a lovely chunk of lucite with her name carved right into the back there. Have you won any other awards through the adult industry?
Yeah. Last weekend I won XRCO Best Girl Scene for last year. And in 94 I also got Fan Favorite in 94 for the Fox. got best anal scene in 94.
Oh, really? I took best anal scene 92 through
Did you?
92, 93, and I felt I was robbed in 95. I really ask anybody. I really felt like that. I really felt like the golden sphincter medallion should have been hanging around my neck. But do they have best anal? Wow, you got best anal scene. How do they figure that one out?
I don't know. They just watch the scenes.
I'd like to get on that. They have some sort of celebrity review board or something. As Engineer Mike and myself would like to get involved with that.
Yeah.
So you, there's no input that goes on input on you, right?
No, I don't think so.
No. Ever get like have a midget have sex with your nostril or anything like that?
No.
None of that. No ear banging.
No, I'm a good girl.
Yeah. Do you like the butt love?
Sure.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, love it.
Well, give us some tips on that while we're there. I mean, what do you need? Because see, I think that would be painful. I really do.
Well, you know, if you're scared, it's going to be painful because you're all tense. It's more of a relaxation thing.
It's like the chiropractor.
It's a relaxation thing. It's very mental, you know.
Yeah.
You kind of have to go there.
But I mean, don't you have to be almost a Zen monk to relax in front of 5 grips, a couple camera operators, some guy holding lights, a caterer, and some guy who's using a hand cart to get his penis out and wheel it across the set, and you know it's going to end up in your ass.
It's not that big.
All right, but how do you relax in that environment? I mean, most people can't even relax in their own apartment when this is going on.
Well, you know, it's kind of just something, you know, you're comfortable with the microphone. I'm comfortable doing what I do. It just takes time.
Yeah, but I don't put the mic in my ass.
I'd hope not. It's kind of big.
Not while it's hot. Well, I don't know. I'm looking at this mic now, and I'm thinking...
Peter North or something, huh?
Yeah. Well, yes.
No.
Now, do they have... let me ask you one quick follow-up question on the butt love topic. So I know then Drew has a bevy of questions he'd like to ask as well. There's a few guys in the industry with the huge penises.
Yes.
Are these guys off limits with the butt love, or is it just anything the woman will take?
You know, we all have our choice in who we want to work with, and when they say, hey, it's an anal scene, we say, you kind of choose who you want to work with, and I kind of choose the smaller.
Yeah. Who do you go for?
The available.
Anything you want to mention any names?
Not really.
Any preparation before the anal scene besides relaxation? Any evacuation or bottle brushing or anything like that?
You know, sometimes people do and sometimes they don't. It just depends on what you're comfortable with and what you ate the night before.
I think I'd prefer they did, but that's just me. I'd like to make sure everyone cleaned out. As a matter of fact, I'd like to flush them out like I was cleaning a carburetor or something like that. Oh.
Do we need to talk about this?
No. Erica's
boyfriend is not available.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you going to do?
Erica, it's normal at your age for these relationships to drift apart. You live in different cultures and different institutions right now.
After 4 years.
You know what? It's the way.
Suddenly.
The disappointing part really is that he doesn't seem to have enough
guts.
Yeah, and respect for you to step up and tell you what's going on so you can get on with your life more in this thing. But dude, get on with things.
Tiffany, you got a boyfriend or a husband?
I'm separated. Separated. It's very tough to have a very, relationship in this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could imagine. As a matter of fact, I went home after Thursday night and got an earful from my girlfriend because I was sexing down Natasha Terry, talking about doing something to her sexually or whatever. And I naturally, since women have minds like steel traps, they can just essentially regurgitate verbatim every piece of information that I said during the 2-hour show to Natasha, the sex therapist, on Thursday, right back at me. And, I kept my pants on, for Christ's sake. I could only imagine if you were, for a living, having sex with this person and having to come home. And, people say it wouldn't bother them, they'd get over it, all that kind of crap. But I'm sure eventually it would take its toll on the relationship.
Yeah, it does.
Casey.
Hi.
You're 17.
Yes.
Ever have sex with Charlie Sheen?
No.
Not you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No.
Seriously.
But would love to.
Okay. Casey?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I like this guy, and he's a lot younger than me. He's 14. Well, actually, he's 15. And I don't know if I should date him or not.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, and he's giving me all the signs that he likes me, but...
What grade's he in?
He's freshman.
And you're a junior?
Yeah.
That's no big deal.
It's
It's a little goofy,
Yeah.
but who cares?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tiffany says no.
No? Why not?
Well, women mature before men do, and I think she'd be better off with somebody her age or older.
All the guys I've dated that are my age have been jerks.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
But the jerks come in all ages.
They come in all, exactly. And I just think that you'd be better off with somebody your age or older that's a little more mature than 14 or 15. That's all.
Okay.
This is love advice coming from the woman who won Best Anal Scene, 1992.
Okay, stop it. 94.
94.
I would say it's okay. He's 15, right?
Yeah, he's 15 now.
I think it's okay.
Oh, dear, look, if you like the guy, go ahead. It's not going to last anyway. I mean, I hate to sound so negative, but this is what happens. You go to high school, you date, you have a few relationships. Some of them last 3 years, some of them last 3 days. You just go and you date, and you date older guys, you date younger guys. What the hell? You learn a little something, and you can kind of dial in what it is you like. What kind of guy do you like?
Intelligent and sexy and good looking.
All right, well, okay. I'm out. You like a guy with a lot of hair on his ass and a deviated septum?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Julie, you're 22.
Yep.
You attracted to the doctor at all, Tiffany?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm now not only the
Hi,
stupid one, but the ugly one, by the way. You calling Tiffany honey now?
No, I'm talking to my wife.
You're gonna get the beating of your life when you get home.
Yes. Don't worry.
Julie,
Yep.
what's going on there?
I've been with this guy for about 2.5 years. I love him very much. It's my first real relationship. All the other ones before that were like 6 weeks, and he's the first guy I've ever had sex with, and it's always been great. But lately, for some reason, my sex drive has just gone down. I don't think I'm as attracted to him, but I mean, I love him so much, and it's not that I don't enjoy sex. I just don't orgasm.
Slow down. What's going on here? Are you nervous about being on the radio?
Very.
Okay. Otherwise, are you kind of an anxious person, or?
A little type A, I have like 3 jobs, 4 classes.
You're not on any medication or anything like that?
Oh, no.
And you're just saying you're not attracted to this guy even though you really like him?
I'm not as attracted to him
as
I was. He's not an extremely attractive guy. I mean...
He's not.
He's a great guy. He's like sweet and sensitive.
Well, you got to be nice when you're ugly.
Well, why don't you...
He's not ugly. He's just, he's overweight and, I don't know, I mean... Whatever. He's not the most attractive guy,
but maybe it's...
Has he put weight on? Has he changed?
No. That's the thing. He hasn't changed. And,
But I bet you... That's the point. I think Adam's making a good point. Is that this is the same guy you were attracted to when you felt differently about him. That maybe some of the intensity of the feelings are dying off, and now it's easy for you to be more realistic and react to his appearance. And I hate to see the breakup over an appearance, but it just sounds generally like you're just not into this relationship, just in general.
But the thing is, I am into the relationship. Like, I love him very much, and we spend a lot of time together, and I have a great time with him. And I still care about, there's nothing about him that I don't like, except for some reason sex isn't as good lately. Like, it feels good, I just don't orgasm. And
listen, you were just saying that you weren't very attracted to him.
I'm not as attractive.
That's let me explain. Attraction is what separates my and Drew's relationship, or mine and Ann's relationship, with Drew and his wife, or me and Drew's wife, or Drew's wife and the nanny. Oh, I'd like to see that relationship. But this is the point. This is the missing ingredient. It's the attraction thing, because
and for women particularly, that has a strong emotional component to it.
Ann's got a look on like Ann's got that. I think I should be pissed look, but I'm not quite sure. I just caught the tail end of that one. No, I mean, everybody has friends, male and female. Everyone has working relationships.
Friends that they love.
Friends that they love and they do anything for.
But I'm completely in love with him. Like, I can't imagine breaking up with him.
I understand you can't imagine breaking up, but we are getting the sense that you're not as into it and you're awfully defensive about even the notion of breaking it off. And I think if you just think realistically about what it would be like to break up and what you really want from a relationship, and see if that's maybe not the direction you want to go.
How long have you been with him?
4 years.
No, 2.5
2 years, I'm sorry.
2 years, and it's the only guy you've been with?
Yeah.
And Tiffany, you've only been with one guy?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, our sex life isn't boring. Like, all different positions. Like, I mean,
Okay.
it's not boring.
Your sex isn't boring, but you're bored.
A little.
Yeah. I mean, on film, it'd be exciting.
She admitted it. She.
Oh, yes. All right, Julie, you're having these feelings, which are the feelings that come when the relationships wind down, and it happens. I mean, listen, I'm not putting a curse on it. You can go ahead and sort it out. But people get together when they're 19. They've never been with anyone else. Now it's 2.5 years later, and things wind down. Things have a natural cycle. I mean, most people go through a number of relationships in their life before they end up with the one long-term one.
But it's so painful when they're in one of these to acknowledge that and then to realize what it means. It's very painful. And so you'll do everything you can not to really come to grips and admit to yourself what's going on.
Right.
But I think we're all picking up on the fact that that is what's going on here.
I would say, Drew, why don't we sell the hell out of the next call?
Well, I'm going to have to change it then. All
Why?
right.
Okay.
John is thinking about having a threesome, and you're going to tell him why or why not.
Drew,
With his best friend.
Could you just mix in a sprinkling of enthusiasm?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay. Loveline. Tiffany Mynx is our guest tonight. She's a star of the adult film industry, 6 years now. And actually, I have a few good questions for her. But we will get to that in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station. KNRK Hammond, Portland. The new rock. The new rock alternative. The new rock alternative. The new rock alternative. At 94.7 NRK.
Debated and accidentally got semen in my eye. Since then, my eye has been itchy, red, and swollen. I'm too embarrassed to tell my doctor what happened.
All right, hold on. Drew.
It was in 2 years.
Okay, hold on. Drew, please. Enough with the revelations. Tiffany Mynx is here. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455.
I'm going to kick Jim's ass.
Oh, yeah, Jim, the TV producer?
The director, that's where you got
Or whatever. Jesus Christ. Could there be anyone who knows less people over there than me? I have no idea who anyone is.
I know.
And this is on the TV show we do. And someone was just telling me that they were talking to someone who worked on our show, and their parents were coming over to visit, and they were worried I was going to be mean to them because I'm so mean to everybody over there. And I think that's a bad rap, Drew.
Yeah.
I just ask people to do their job and leave me alone. Is that mean?
No.
No, thank you. All right, now, Tiffany's just won the Fan Favorite Award from Fox, and it's a annual award that's given out each year. She won the 1998 one, as well as the, is it the 1994 Anal Award?
Yes.
And just a week ago got the Girl
XRCO Girl scene for last year.
Now, give us a little of the terminology. I know some of it. They have like Girl, Boy, Girl.
Boy, Girl A.
Oh, Boy, Girl A. Is that in the butt?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And, B could be the behind, too. I don't want to tell you what C is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Boy, Girl A. What are the other? I mean, like, because I've read porn scripts before, which, by the way, are about 6.5 pages long, and that's with the dust jacket on there. You turn the thing open, and it says exterior malt shop, interior malt shop. After closing, guy hops over counter, and then it says, like, boy, girl A, and then girl, am. That's me masturbating. They have all this lingo. But so what are they? You got the boy, girl, A, and what else? Girl.
Girl.
There's no A in the girl.
Well, if you want Girl A, then it's Girl A.
Uh-huh. But you got to incorporate like a strap-on or something at that
Or a
point.
toy or something.
Right. Okay.
DP.
DP. What is that?
Double penetration.
Ooh. So that's that'd have to be boy,
Boy,
girl with the double. You ever do that?
No.
Why not?
Not ready yet.
Yeah. Hey, that.
I'm not ready for that.
When are you going to be ready for that? You've been in for 6 years.
Maybe never. Maybe that.
Okay. So that's pushing the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah. This is a little weird for the guys too, if you think about it. I mean, as a straight guy. I've seen these scenes depicted in movies before. Inevitably, one guy finishes first and yanks out and gets a little something on the other guy who's below him, which is, like, oh, it was...
And they do freak out when they get it on them. Oh, my God, it got on me.
Yeah, that's always a little weird if you can picture that in your mind's eye there, Drew. Picture me and you on Ann, for instance. And let's just say I got done first. And gravity being what it is. Oh. All right, so you got double penetration. What else? Is there anything else I'm missing? What about, like, the orgy stuff? What is that called?
Orgy?
Okay. You know, they keep it simple over there. That's how they're able to put out so much product. Thank God no one turns the sound up on those things. I was just watching some report on the news, some expose, and I'm going to screw these numbers up, but basically the San Fernando Valley puts out, like, I don't know, half the porn that exists in the country, basically, comes out of my hometown of North Hollywood, which is very fitting. Thank God they've done something in that to revitalize that economy. And number two, this is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry. And, you know, for instance...
You sort of carried that culture with you through your life. Sort of like wooden shoes or, you know, berets. And for you, it's just...
Right. If I grew up in Amsterdam, I'd be wearing wooden shoes and, kickstarting a windmill or something.
But you proudly carried your culture.
As it is, I got a Christy Canyon movie under my arm. Fantastic. Also, that a lot of the profits come from these reputable hotel chains, Holiday Inn and whatnot, doing the $9.95 pornos on the pay-per-view. This is huge business. And the rental industry alone was, like, into the billions.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Huge business. Absolutely. They pay you right?
Yeah.
What do you have, a contract?
Yeah.
Do they pay you by the film?
By the month.
Oh, they just pay, and
And sometimes by the film. It depends.
And you get and now, okay, so once you're under contract, they can just use you when they want to use you?
Mm-hmm.
What if the director just says, I need a Hummer, and it's like my day off? You won't do something like that, will you?
Hell no.
No, that wouldn't be right.
No.
Morally.
No.
Not unless someone's filming it. Then you'd have to, under contract, right?
No, I wouldn't have to do anything I didn't want to do.
All right, and what kind of money are you making? Mind me asking you?
No, I don't mind you asking.
Because you're not going to answer?
Hell no.
But enough to drive like a pink 87 Corvette?
Sure, if I wanted one.
John.
Yeah. What's up, Adam? Man, you're like a god, dude. Serious, what's up, brother?
Good, how you doing?
Hey, I heard that sound effect, Mike. Don't make me come over there. Anyways, first of all, I wanted to ask Miss Mynx.
Yes.
First of all, how'd you get into this, man?
Well, you know, I was living in Hollywood, and I had a friend of mine call me up and say, hey, we need a couple extra girls down here on the set. You can be an extra in a movie. Get your roommate to come down here to the studio. I said, all right.
What were you doing at the time?
I was dancing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like totally nude or topless, modern
Totally
tap?
nude.
Oh, totally nude. All right, so that's just one step removed.
Yeah.
You just add the penis in the camera, and there you are.
But, you know, I went to the set thinking I was going to be an extra, you know, in a movie. He never told me it was an X-rated movie. So when I got down there and they liked me and wanted to use me, they introduced me to the people I was having sex with that day, and it was like, okay.
Who were they?
The girl's name was Chanel. It was my first scene, and it was my first time being with a girl.
Wow.
So let me tell you, I was scared to death.
Wow, that's vintage, yeah.
And the second scene was with Tony Tedeschi, which...
Tony Tedeschi, sure.
Yeah, and it was great. It was great. It was an experience, I'll tell you.
Is he still around, right?
Yeah, he's still around.
All right. You know Tony Schwartz? Okay. You'd have to see his penis, then you'd know who it was. So,
Mushroom.
What the hell else was John asking? John?
Yeah?
What else?
About the threesome, bro.
Oh, yeah. What's with the threesome, Drew?
Well, I, moved into this new place, right, because I got tired of sleeping on my friend's couch. So, I found this good deal, and I moved in with this guy who's, like, a friend of mine, and he's got a fiance, and she living over here, too. And, well, stuff got kind of freaky, to say the least. And now I'm thinking there might be possibly a threesome involved.
What happened exactly here?
Oh, strip teases, lap dances, you know. What else you gonna do?
And where was she?
Huh?
Oh, that was her? Yeah.
And your friend knew
for the credit there, man.
She was doing it while you were in the guy's apartment?
Well, yeah.
Your friend knew about it?
Well, hell, he was sitting on the couch watching.
She was giving you a lap dance. Is she a dancer?
Nah, she goes to school.
Uh-huh. And was he kind of like getting off on this or what?
I don't know.
Drew, you want to go ahead and shut the pager there?
Yeah.
Or you want to punch the mic?
Kill pager, Drew.
So what do you want? Listen, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have sex with these guys. Someone's going to get like pink eye or something, and then they're going to get in an argument. He's going to get pissed off, and they're going to throw you out of the apartment or out of the house.
So it's all coming down on me.
Don't get involved with this. You're getting in the midst of a hurricane.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, I totally agree.
How many people you been with at once?
Me?
Yeah.
The most?
No, Drew. Drew? No. Tiffany. Yeah, the most. You ever done one of those big
31 girl orgy.
31 girl orgy.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's something you got to bring up in the first hour. Really?
Yeah.
Did you do like a big circle thing?
The daisy chain. We did the whole daisy chain.
I may have
Yeah.
seen that.
Did you?
What movie was that in?
Jim Holiday's Sorority Sex Kittens.
Yes!
You were there, all right, yay.
I saw that. There's a whole sorority house, and as part of the initiation, there was some stuff going on. But one of the scenes, and there was guys in this movie too, right?
Yeah, there were guys.
But as part of the thing, there's like 30 women, and they got in like a big. As I recall, it was a big hoop. I don't remember any daisy chaining.
That's what it's called, is a daisy chain. The big circle that we did, the big daisy chain.
I see. I'm thinking of a lanyard. But yeah, they made like this huge hoop. It was like 30 feet around. There's a lot of good-looking women in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's a highlight of my career, I tell you.
I'm trying to picture which one you were.
Yeah, one of the blondes in a Jim Holiday
Drew,
movie.
put your legs on her head so I can spark my memory here. No. All right, so did you get a good one? Hey, you know what I mean? Like, here's my feeling with the porn. Well, I'm probably too far along in my career now, but there's probably a day when maybe I would have thought about it, but it really would have varied, like, who I was with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people vary quite a bit. I mean, just like I'd imagine if you were at a club, there's some guy could come up to you and really flip your cookie, and then there's some other guy would come up to you and you'd be repulsed.
Right.
But in the porn industry, you might have to have sex with the guy who repulses you, right?
Sometimes. And
Right.
sometimes you'd say, no, I'm not doing it.
But do you get any, do you get to have first dibs like in the 30 girl daisy chain? Did you get to pick the crotch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody.
And then move on to the next one. I'm getting you next. And it was
Oh, really?
great, yeah, because you can just move around anywhere.
Yeah. Mike, you got to get this, what is it called? The sorority girl?
Sorority Sex Kittens.
Yeah. Rented that one. That's quite a coincidence. Now, I gotta marry the VCR so I can go ahead and duplicate those things. All right. I knew I admired your work. Michelle.
Yes.
You're 30.
Yes.
What's going on there?
I seem to only want men who are unavailable.
Okay. Yeah.
Totally. It used to be geographically unavailable. Now it's they belong to someone else.
Have you ever had a successful relationship?
Yes.
When was that?
4 years ago.
What happened with that?
We just broke up due to the fact we lived so far apart.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a painful breakup.
Yeah, it was a little bit actually.
Have you ever been in a 30-woman lesbian daisy chain?
Was your father unavailable to you when you were growing up?
Oh, obviously so, yes.
What happened there?
Well, my parents divorced, although we were close, but I'm sure that has some input in it, yes.
You still have a relationship with your father?
I'm sorry?
Did you have a relationship with your father when you were growing up?
Oh, yeah.
But it was distant?
Geographically, yes.
How far?
I was on the East Coast and he was on the West Coast.
All right, so it's more than just geographic. I mean, you can't really maintain a parental relationship with a child at 3,000 miles away.
Exactly.
You can't do it. I mean, that must have been very painful growing up.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so...
All right, so now you're scared to get close to guys.
No, it's more she's going to try to fix that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the sort of fundamental question
on the daisy chain
that humans ask themselves is, who will love me? And how can I fix that? And will it be okay this time?
Right.
And you try to go out and get the same person as dad was or mom was or whatever they represent to you and try to fix it.
Drew, what the hell is wrong with people? I mean, I'm talking about conceptually.
Yeah, I know.
Who the hell figured people out? I mean...
Well, I've been told all those things, and I thought...
Hold on a second. I'm going on a jag here, Michelle. Why is it that humans have to be such a way that their Uncle Lou feels them up once when they're 12 and they're effed up for life?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of planning is that?
No, I've been thinking a lot about that lately, trying
Why
to
is
figure that out.
everyone so screwed up?
Better yet, how does that add to natural selection? And how did that enhance the species? You
Well,
know.
but why do we have to be so precarious
Yes,
emotionally? How come some kid sees his dad die in a train wreck when he's 10 and he's never the same?
Yeah.
I mean, why is that? Why can't we be like the, Animal Kingdom where you see your mom getting eaten by a hyena and then 6 months later you're humping some giraffe or something? You know what I mean? You're not even thinking about it.
There are susceptible times in people's lives, and it is, the age of 12.
Please,
When
we
the
got to
brain-
rethink this whole human species thing. People are much too susceptible.
Part of the deal was only very, very few children were supposed to make it, in the old days.
Oh, now we're saving everybody. She was born 2 weeks after conception, but don't worry, we'll keep her alive. All right. So what the hell's Michelle's question?
Why is she always... So you know why you're always attracted to unavailable men. What you have to do is change it.
Right.
I mean, you have to really make yourself aware of what kinds of guys you're attracted to. Maybe refine that a little bit. Maybe not go for the guys that are terribly exciting and terribly attracting for you, and try to find a more fulfilling, gratifying relationship.
Okay. I'm slowly going insane, by the way.
Why?
I don't know. I've just been thinking that thought over and over again.
that is...
Is that nuts?
That's not a good sign.
Was that bad?
Why? We got to talk.
I'm getting back into therapy.
Yeah, I've been telling you that for quite a while.
Yeah, true.
It's time.
Okay, you smart ass. All right, it's too much work. Tiffany,
What?
where do you meet a guy these days? You gotta go out with the
Tiffany
guys
looks like she's about to cry.
in the industry.
Do I what? I
Do
missed the question.
you want to go out with the guys in the industry?
Yeah, I think it's better
Right.
that way.
Guys having sex with other women? You all right with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that because if they're okay with me,
Right. Yeah. Guys have a way of not being okay with that.
guys outside of the business are having a problem with it. So I
forget
think
about
maybe guys inside the business is, where I need to be right now.
Yeah. Even those guys could rationalize having sex with strangers, but get PO'd if you did. But, there's some porn stars, Bridget Monet, and there was probably another one, this Asian chick, can't think of her name. They had sex with their husband or boyfriend in the industry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They get hooked up like you and I get married, and only you and I have sex.
Right. Yeah, that happens all the time.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, that happens
No,
all
you
the
do
time.
something like that. Then it's kind of like you're just living a normal life. It's just people are filming you while you're getting it on.
Exactly.
Know what I'm saying, Drew?
I tried that.
Why don't you and Susan look into that and make a little extra scratch? Kids' college is coming up. You never know. Hey, David.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Hi.
You got a question for Tiffany?
Yeah, I was wondering if she could send me a script of one of her movies.
A script of one of my movies? Well, I'll see what I can do. You got an address or something, or?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, the postage is pretty lofty. It's going to be at least 55 cents to get that out to where you are, David.
Now, why do you want the script?
I collect scripts.
Well, tell me more. What kind of scripts?
TV shows and...
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. I just like them.
So, do you have any other porn scripts?
No.
You just take scripts with people's autographs and things on them.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay. Well, we'll put you on hold. Do you have a script somewhere?
I could dig through my desk and see if I could find one, but sometimes I save
couldn't your porn wrangler do something over there?
Well,
Yeah?
a lot of times
You
we
couldn't?
ad-lib. There is no script. Sometimes we just kind of make it up as we go along.
The thing that people don't understand about the porn industry is they actually... So first off, it's kind of funny. People think this is a separate job. Like they go, yeah, I'd like to look into writing porn scripts for a career. I'm not interested in, making the movies or financing them or being in them, but I would certainly like to have a crack at writing the scripts. Now, don't happen. The guys who write the scripts are the guys that are financing them, or the guys that are directing them, or the guys that are in them, and they're oftentimes doing all those 3 or 4 things at the same time as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are a few guys out there that are just strictly writers that write the scripts.
There's a lot of strictly writers, and they don't do anything else?
Well, I don't know them all that well, so I just know that
The penis is getting worked into the mix somewhere. And let me tell you something. Here's the porn script. Okay, you 30 chicks, take your clothes off. We're going to make the daisy chain, lie down, start licking each other. Roll them. There you go. That's all the script you need. Karen.
Hello?
You're 15.
Yes.
What's going on?
Hi, I love your show.
Great.
My question's kind of for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
My dad has I'm not sure if it's clinical or manic depression, but he's on a medicine, and I was wondering if it's hereditary.
What medication is he on?
Zoloft?
Well, Zoloft is an antidepressant, so it probably isn't manic depression. That that tends to be mood-stabilizing medication like valproic acid, Depakote, or lithium, that sort of thing. Depression, unipolar depression, can be hereditary, but it doesn't have to be.
Meaning you're just depressed. You're not bipolar. There's no ups and downs. There's just
probably
downs.
no up, just the down. I suspect if he's on Zoloft.
That's unipolar. Then there's bipolar.
Right.
What would tripolar be? That'd be highs, lows, and middles?
You can invent, you fill in wherever you like.
All right,
Just go ahead and invent new terminology.
Tripolar. Simplex, 5.
But you may have a tendency in that direction, and certainly if your dad is depressed, is there something going on in his life that's making him depressed?
I don't know. He's always been that way. When I was younger, he would sleep for like 3 days and not go to work and stuff.
Okay, so he certainly has a strong biological component.
And I think I have depression, too.
And it wouldn't be surprising being raised in a family where dad was profoundly depressed.
Yeah.
Adam was raised in a family with this depression.
Of course, there was. That's what it said right on the right under our address, home of the depressions. It didn't even have a. Hey, that'd be a good name for like a black singing group. Otis Knight and the Depressions, everybody.
All right, but if you have problems, get it evaluated. There is treatment. I'm not terrifically enthusiastic about 15-year-olds taking medication, but certainly you can get some help and supervision, okay?
Yeah. I have a question for Adam real quick.
Oh, boy.
Do you have any religion?
No.
Believe in God?
Paganism? I was thinking about this, actually. I was talking to my atheist mom and her undeclared my stepdad, who are over tonight, by the way. Over actually earlier today, and we were talking about. I was telling you guys. Maybe I didn't say anything over the air. I don't think I did. A week ago, last Sunday I was at a funeral before I came here. You didn't, Drew. You didn't notice I was wearing a pair of black slacks and a white shirt. I thought for sure you would comment on it, and then I would bring it up. But I guess it's from the TV, coming off the TV. You're used to me dressing a little nicer or something. Usually, if I put on a shirt that doesn't have feces smeared, my initial smeared in feces on the back of it, people ask me where I'm going or if I have a date or what's going on. But anyway, I was at a funeral a week ago. A friend of mine named Ron Braun, the guy who owned that restaurant, Muse. You know this guy I talked about before? Real good guy. Built his house and became friends with him, so on and so forth. Anyway, I'll explain his junk off the air. But he passed away, and I was listening to his mom, who was at the at the party or the wake or whatever it was afterward. He had liver cancer.
From what?
He had hepatitis.
Oh, from IV drugs?
No. Drew.
Gay?
Drew, would you let me finish my goddamn story, please? Thank you. Anyway, the guy died at 48. I overheard his mother saying that her other son died a couple of years ago at 48 as well, and her husband had just passed away. So I thought to myself, here's this poor woman from like Indiana. She's now buried both her sons and her husband, and then I sort of jokingly said to my mom, well, there must be a plan. And then I thought to myself, this is why I'm not a religious person, because this is not a plan. There's no plan that says, I'm going to bury my two sons and my husband, and way before their time, right in the prime of life. I mean, this guy was a restaurateur. He was very successful. He was very happy. He was very upbeat. He was 48 years old, but looked great. Pow. Got this liver thing in the ground in 5 months. And I thought to myself, most religious people would say, well, there must be a plan. And I thought to myself, no, that's no plan. And if it is a plan, I'm really not religious, because I think that's a horrible plan. Let's let guys rot in prison until they're in their 80s. Meanwhile, we'll take successful entrepreneurs and we'll put them in the ground 40 years before their time. No, there's no plan here. There's no plan, and there's no planner. That is my thought. Maybe there is a God, but he doesn't have a plan. And if he does, that is the worst plan I've ever heard in my life. Kill this poor woman's sons and husband off so she can grieve for, and you know she's going to live well into her 90s. She can think about her kids being in the ground and her husband being in the ground for the next 30 years. That's the plan. Okay? There's no plan. And that's my religion.
Hey, this is John Stewart. You're listening to Love Lines, and the answer to your question is ointment.
Yes, it is. John Stewart, very nice guy, very funny guy. One of the rare funny guys in the industry. Tiffany Mynx is here. She's not a funny guy, but that's all right. She does have some sense of humor, though. Anybody who will engage in the big A has to have some sense of humor. This, for me, is something. I'm 33. I'm done with the anus.
You're done?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Yeah. Not just past it. Just done.
Tried it, didn't like it?
Seemed like a lot of work for what wasn't, the world's greatest outcome or sensation. You know what I mean? It's like you're baking away all day, and when you're done, you got a bowl of instant pudding, chocolate. Just too much work, too much prep, not enough payback.
All right.
But some people are into that.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah. No, it isn't, but thank God some are into it. And not really, not into, the viewing of it either, really.
No.
It's not my bag. Although, a lot of my friends, they're all about the anus. Oh, yes. They don't like to admit it, but they certainly are. Tiffany Mynx is here, as I've mentioned once before. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Tiffany, 6 years in the industry, still going strong. Any mishaps in that 6 years? Anything bizarre? Give me something good and bizarre.
Some good and bizarre?
Yeah.
What is your definition of bizarre?
Well, something that's, I don't know, like were you ever in the middle of a scene and some overzealous cameraman just jumped in with his penis, or your husband burst in at the time when you were married and caused a scene, or somebody like vomited on somebody's penis, giving them fellatio, or someone got something in the eye?
No, but I did, I always get something in the eye.
Right.
But, one time I was doing a girl scene and
somebody broke wind.
No.
Didn't somebody break wind?
No, not that I would tell you about.
Peter North broke wind, doesn't he? It's the north wind.
No, he's the one that gets it in the eye.
Oh, yeah. They call him the decorator. Yeah, I've seen his. And you know Peter North? Peter North has like a novelty penis. I mean, it's like a gag penis. I don't understand it. His penis, he produces more more projectile fluid than any man you've ever seen in your life. And you would say, and please back me up here, Tiffany, if you'd never seen it before, you'd think there was some sort of trickery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been asked a lot of times by fans. What is it? What is his trick? What is that all about?
Some sort of reservoir that he has between his legs, and he squeezes it together, and there's some sort of clear tube or something that is duct taped to the underside of his penis. I mean, it is really, you've never seen so much. He created more sperm in one money shot than I produce all year. I can say that unequively.
Yeah.
And so, being on the losing end, on the business end of Peter's penis, must be. I tell you, I would have a. They have bump ups in the movie industry, like when you work around smoke or hazardous materials or something like that. There should be some sort of Peter North bump. You know what I mean? You get like an extra $150 just because you got to spend an extra 4 hours in the shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. Yeah, Drew, you got to see this. You never seen that? No.
Oh.
You have a story? Yeah, give me the story. Nothing?
No, it was kind of a gross thing, but
Oh, you're with a girl? Yeah, I'm sorry.
And my back was to the camera, and it was kind of like a wild thing. We were having a good time, and her fingernail accidentally hit the edge of my nose, and I just started pouring blood out of my face. The cameraman couldn't see it, and I was waving my hand behind my head to try and get the attention of somebody on the crew.
Oh, because
we're having a problem here. We're right in the midst of this, and
you were working on her at the time.
Yeah.
Right. And
we were kind of together,
right.
And the hand just flew, and it hit my nose the wrong way, and it was just a mess, and they had no idea, and we just kind of It was one of those things, you know.
I rented Bobby Hollander's porn bloopers once, but
I
really...
haven't seen those yet.
Oh, they're
any
excellent.
of the porn bloopers. I haven't seen any of them.
I recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're laughing, you're masturbating, you're crying.
We do have a lot of fun on the sets, too, you know. It doesn't all work.
Oh, yes. I've been on a set before.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of guys wearing cutoffs. That seems to be the clothing du jour. A lot of guys wearing cutoffs and a lot of duct tape. Jim.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, I have a question for you. I was wondering if you know of any way of getting rid of hickeys very fast.
No.
No?
I never had to deal with the hickey dilemma.
Well, all right. How about you, Drew?
No, there is no way.
No way?
What about ice?
I heard about cold spoons in the freezer and then putting it on your
I've
skin.
heard about that, and I've tried that, and it didn't seem...
But don't you think that would have to happen right after the hickey was administered?
It's a bruise, it's blood in the soft tissue, it needs to absorb by itself.
Why? What happened, Jim?
You're in trouble.
Well, see, my parents are out of town, and I kind of had some friends over, and girlfriend gave me some hickeys, and so, you know.
Your girlfriend did?
Yes.
On your neck?
Yes.
And you don't want your parents to find them?
Right, because then they'd figure out that I had people over, and, you know.
You couldn't have gotten the hickey outside of the house, perhaps?
No.
Did she, like, carve your address or something in the neck? Why did they have to make that correlation? You couldn't have gotten a hickey in the car?
No.
You're stuck at home? You're house arrest?
No, see, the thing is, I don't drive, and the only way that we get together is her parents, or my parents. So, and we're not going to do anything like that in front of our parents, so, you know.
All right, well, thank goodness it's the winter, and you can probably sport a turtleneck for a couple of days until these things die off.
Yeah.
And what I would actually do is have her actually fill in the part of the skin that was not marked by the hickey, so that you just turned into one big black and blue spot. Therefore, would not... All right. Drew's done. Drew was done with that idea about 10 minutes ago. Please. I don't know. Maybe the hickeys are making a comeback or something. I'm not interested in the hickey. The hickey is basically saying, hey, I got some. And, you know, when you get older, you want people to think you're not having sex, not that you're having it. And by the way, I'll just call up and phone the people I want to know. Are there any hickeys in the porn industry? They move right past that.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah. Drew, is it sad that I can watch people having very graphic sex, but that I'm sort of repulsed during the kissing scenes at the beginning?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah.
That says something psychologically?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't watch that part. I don't know why.
It doesn't do it for you?
No, not only does it not do anything for me, but I consider it a little deviant. I consider it bizarre behavior. What are these two kissing for? Let's go. I'm actually uncomfortable with it. It's just like it's too intimate. These people should be having butt love. Devin.
Hey.
You're 21.
You betcha.
What's going on there?
Oh, not too much. This question is for Tiffany.
Okay, I'm ready.
I was kind of wondering because, you know, I've watched some porn flicks in my time, and
You want to get in the business?
no, it's
Okay, good. I'm glad it's
I
not
like
that
watch
question.
These people, and you know, they're having like unprotected sex and stuff, and I wonder, well, you know, maybe they have like, you know, maybe they get tested and stuff like this. I'm going, well, you know, it takes too long for the results to come back and all this, and
No, it doesn't. We can get results in 10 minutes.
really.
Yes.
How do you do that in 10
So like
minutes?
you guys,
It's a great place that we all go to.
Santa Monica?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so you guys like all get tested before you do something?
Yes, every 30 days.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, if you think about it, the porn industry may be amongst the cleanest of all industries. Certainly the record industry. Have to be worse. There's got to be more STDs floating around the radio and record industry than there is in the porn industry. I mean, obviously the chances of them getting something is much greater, but they overcompensate by checking everyone all the time.
Checking every time, yeah.
But there's a few people that work with condoms.
Yes. Yes, it's your choice.
They got this great technique, Drew, where they whip the condom off right before the money shot, though. No,
It's a great technique.
Yeah, it's really quite amazing. Most of our listeners are calling because the condom fell off, and in the porn industry, they rip the thing right off.
Well, maybe I will get involved in this, you know?
Yeah, you'll be doing gay porn for 10 years before you get your first crack at a woman, Devin.
Oh, man.
Hey, isn't it true? Don't you have to bring in a woman to get involved with it as a guy?
You know, that's probably the easiest way. You know, most girls aren't going to want to work with a guy just walking in off the street going, hey, I got a test, come work with me. You know, it's easier for a guy to come in with a really cute girl, and the directors want to hire the girl, and he gets, you know, the opportunity to prove himself to the director that he can do the job, because it's not easy. You know, there's people in the room.
Oh, yes.
You know.
And the guy's really got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, I mean,
the women, you just lie there and fake it like you always do anyway, right?
Exactly.
You don't have to do anything. It's a minor acting role. You're just naked.
Oh, come on.
The guys really got to put out.
The guys really work hard, yes.
Oh,
It's not easy.
That. Imagine that, Drew. I can't even masturbate like the cat's in the room. I couldn't imagine having 15 guys standing around smoking. I could never. I could never operate under those conditions. Drew?
Yeah.
Could you? Yeah. You're nodding your head.
Aren't you gonna drop something in?
Oh, okay.
When Mike's drops come.
Mike's arsenal. Mike's emptied his clip. You have anything good over there, Mike? No. All right. That's good radio. All right, we're going to go to break. We'll come back with more Drew and Tiffany Mynx and you.
This is Loveline.
Loveline will be right back.
You're fat. I recently went to a fraternity party and got really drunk, but I had my tongue pierced. I was bored, so I put a spear through my penis.
Oh, Mike's out, Drew. Stay with it now.
Did you see it?
No. Tiffany Mynx is here. Angela Mike told me
Was it
about
tonight? Oh.
Yeah, I guess it was. Tiffany Mynx is here. She's star of the adult industry movie thing. And we're just talking about breasts off the air. Because, you know, when you get Adam Carolla and Tiffany Mynx together and they have a little downtime, the conversation quickly turns to breasts. And so Tiffany originally was here. We haven't got to it for a while, but she basically... I know, Drew. Please.
This whole system is there.
I know. It's all laid out. I'll talk about that in a second, Drew.
I'm sorry.
Tiffany, okay. You want me to look at the paper or not?
I just wanted to point that out to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Tiffany was originally here because Tiffany got herself involved with this sort of poll, which is she has very lovely breasts, 34 C's, but a lot of the women in the industries or in the industry have been done up surgically, and Tiffany wondered whether she should have hers done or not, so she sort of put it to the people, and the response, overwhelmingly, so I understand, is that she should stay natural. And what Tiffany and I were talking about during the break, amongst me being too handsome for radio, was that I think there's a little backlash going on. That when the boob job thing was a novelty, and I know they've been around for a million years, but they weren't, it was the kind of thing where, you know, Raquel Welch could afford one 25 years ago, but it is now... like the VCR was, 25 years ago or something. It's now become affordable, and many people, have them. And they're not just people that are actresses or in porn industry. They're just people you work with and stuff like that. But there's been a backlash. Now there are these magazines coming out, where they're these all-natural magazines. They're making these all-natural videos now. It's kind of come full circle and come back to the point where people are looking for the natural breasts. And this is a good lesson for humans to learn, which is we're not necessarily looking for better. We're always looking for different. And even when better becomes different for a while, if it becomes the norm, then we'll go back. It doesn't matter. It's just got to be different. This is the problem, I say, with the tattooing and the piercings. You get it to be a rebel, but when everyone on your block has a tattoo and a tongue ring, then you're screwed. Because now you're a poser and a wannabe, and you've just joined the crowd. The crowd gets larger than you, then you're screwed. But anyway, so Tiffany, you're going to make an all-girl, not all-girl, but all-natural movie after the balloting, right?
Yes.
And they just have to certify that there's no silicone in any of these women.
Yes.
Is it going to be a large busted all-natural thing? Because that's something I could really sink my teeth into.
It's going to be a variety. I want to A little bit of everything, every size.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I personally like natural.
You do, yeah.
I mean,
Well, me too. But, you know, I like big. I really do. I got to be honest with you. But I like the big and natural.
well, I'll put a real nice big natural in there for you.
Yeah, could you do that?
Oh, yeah. And I'll say this one's for you, babe.
Yeah, and put her toward the beginning, because I'm wearing out the VCR with the fast forward thing. And I always got to, you know, I got to put it on the fast forward scan, because I'm scared if I just put it on stop and fast forward it, that I will miss a whole scene that I wasn't aware of. You know, I get paranoid, and then I backtrack and have to see what I've missed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see if we can eliminate the kissing from the next movie. Leslie, you're 17.
Hi.
Yeah.
About a week ago, I kind of almost got with this guy, but I didn't really go all the way. I'm kind of like worried because I like kind of skipped a period, and I think I might be pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. What'd you do?
Well, we were kind of like messing around, and I like kind of fell into the pool. We went in, and he jumped in after me, and then we went down to the sauna. Kind of got down to my bra and underwear, and he kind of got down to his boxers. He kind of took off his boxers. I was like sitting there in my underwear, and he kind of like persisted and almost got in, but he didn't.
What happened? The doorman didn't have the credentials, or how did he sort of got in, but not really?
Well, he didn't like screw me or anything, but he was like really close to it.
And did he have an orgasm?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Just from that?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could do that. Save me a lot of time and trouble. Did boy, that makes you look good, doesn't it? It's like, I'm gonna go back into the den. So, is it like you would have had sex, except for he had an orgasm?
Yeah.
You would have had unprotected sex?
Yeah.
And so, kind of, but he wasn't inside you?
No.
This would work in the industry Tiffany's in. That's the way they plan it. So you think you may be pregnant?
Yeah.
How long ago was your period supposed to have come?
About 4 days ago.
Have you been real nervous about this?
Yeah.
Well, that's enough to make your period not come, frankly. So you probably will get it. It'd be very unlikely to be pregnant without penetration. Very unlikely.
Well, she may know a little more than she's saying.
Telling us, I know.
Was there some penetration there, Leslie?
No, not really.
Yeah, all this not really. How a guy...
Well, he kind of got down to his underwear, sort of.
I mean, this is the way she described it. He sort of took his clothes off. He sort of got down his boxers. Then he sort of took the boxers off. Then he sort of... I mean, look.
Leslie make the world's worst attorney. Leslie, did he break the plane or not?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
All right, so there's a possibility.
But it's not probable.
Was it more than 2 weeks ago?
No. It happened last Saturday.
2 days, yeah, not yesterday, but a week ago.
No, about a week ago.
All right, so get a pregnancy test in another week. And in all probability, you're okay, and probably just being nervous about it is what's causing it to delay.
Not last Saturday, but a week ago? No. A week ago. The world's greatest listeners.
Use condoms in the future.
Oh, please. Everybody use condoms. Javier.
Yo.
Hey, you're 28.
How's it going?
What's going on there?
I called to talk about the breast, and I also have a question, too.
Great.
I don't know... I'm sorry, what's her name?
Tiffany?
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with her work.
She's the one who's getting screwed by Peter North?
Oh.
Yeah.
How about Tom Byron?
Tommy's my favorite.
He's kind of bent.
Bent?
No, I don't think Tom's bent.
Does it hurt at all?
Tom's big. You know, Tom's got big calves. You notice that?
Yeah, he does.
He's like this skinny guy, but he's got these huge softball calves, this Tom Byron.
I never noticed the calves.
Yeah.
That's my first porno, was Tom Byron was in it.
Tom Byron has been in the business since he must have been like 14 or something.
Right, he was pushing at 13, I think.
I mean, he's in there. He's still doing them, right?
Oh, yeah. He's got like 47.
He's got like the long hair and the goatee and stuff. He used to look like, Beaver Cleaver back in the day.
Right, it was a Takeoff on the Risky Business is one I saw.
Yeah.
What's her name? The one that was faking it the whole time?
Who? What?
The one that was really 13 and she was...
Tracy Lords?
Tracy Lords was in it.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
I missed that one. Although Tom Byron has probably made more than one film. Javier.
Tom Byron has made more films than any other person in the world.
Is he
Really?
Yes.
How
He
about,
has.
has he been in more than Jeremy?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes, he passed Jeremy a few years ago.
Wow. But, you know,
kinda like
Jeremy's
the old-
hairy ass has been in more than Byron's.
They always cut to the ass, don't they?
Oh, God. You know, hey, let me explain something that I want to get rid of in the porn industry. And you may have some pull with your new company now, or maybe your Wrangler has heard of, could do something to stem the tide of this plague of cutting to the guy's face when he's having an orgasm. Mike, will you back me up on this? Listen.
You like it or not?
Don't need to see the guy's furrowed eyebrows and sweat dripping down the nose when I'm trying to enjoy my orgasm.
I agree.
There's nothing more disconcerting than watching a guy's face, and it seems to go on forever, too. I understand cutting away to the guy's face for a heartbeat to say, okay, this is, you know, we're after all, we're craftsmen here. We're making a film. We're going to show the guy's expression. But listen, I don't give a rat's hiney about how much the guy is enjoying it. I'm trying to focus on the scene. I don't want my last thoughts to be Ron Jeremy squinting eyebrows. And it's forever, too. They always do that. Every film, they cut back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's a horrible idea. It's like somebody came up with this plan 40 years ago, and everyone is stuck with it. There's some sort of like obligatory cut to the guy with the look of ecstasy thing, and it's so disconcerting. Mike, please, am I right here?
Word.
Thank you. Oh,
It's
my
Javier.
God.
I don't know where you got the mic.
That's Engineer Mike over there. All right.
I'm sorry.
Do you agree with me, Javier?
Word.
Yes. Word up, Holmes.
No, I've got the question now. I wanted to go with the natural breast, even though I don't know her work. It just seems that they've, you know, I don't know, it's not attractive anymore.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, if you didn't have it, you did. Now it's better.
Yeah, it was a novelty a few years ago. It was kind of cool.
Right.
But, and boy, people, styles are so fickle. I mean, look at, geez, I got something to say about almost everything. This is ridiculous. But, you know, look at, I mean, a few years ago, Sherry, look at me here. We were making fun of all that crappy clothing we wore in the 70s. I mean, never again, right? I mean, you were looking at pictures that you took in 1978, 79, pair of bell-bottoms on, and, you know, some bad Nehru jacket or a denim jacket with some rhinestones and the collar hanging out of the shirt as big as the Flying Nuns have it. And you thought to yourself, geez, I'm burning these pictures. And boy, go to any hip store. What do you got? The same ugly crap that we were making fun of just a few years ago. It's all back in style again. What the hell is that with people? What is that instinct? We got to go screw ourselves again, so that in the year 2015 we can all look at what imbeciles we were in 1995, 1998. What is that impulse with people, Drew? All right, Drew's done. Tiffany?
Yes.
You want to give a quick shout-out to your company there?
Yeah. Is he still on the line?
No, I got rid of him.
You got rid of him. Well, I'm working for Extreme Associates now, which I just branched off from Elegant Angel just this week, which is Rob Black, Best Director this year.
Yes.
Tom Byron. Van Damage.
What Van Damage?
Van Damage.
What did Tom Byron win this year? Biggest calves?
Oh, God, he won Male Performer.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Best Actor.